So let me begin with my brown rice, which is an unmilled rice. That is what makes it a whole grain rice. It contains bran and germ, which is what gives it its nutrition. With white rice, the bran and the germ is removed. Now, brown rice does spoil quicker than white rice because of the oils that's contained in the bran and the germ. So my suggestion is that when you cook this, when you're done eating, please store it in the fridge to prevent it from going bad. Otherwise, you're going to have to throw it away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak my brown basmati rice in a cup of water for about 10 minutes before I take to the stove to cook. I'm starting with my brown rice first because it takes a longer time to cook. It generally takes about 40 to 50 minutes to get it to the texture that I want. Also, because the kids are going to be eating the brown rice, I don't want it to be too hard. I want it to be soft so that it can be easily digested. So my rice has been soaking for 10 minutes and now I'm going to steam it on the stove. I'm going to add my boiling water. I'm going to salt the rice with some pink Himalayan salt and let this steam for about 45 minutes. Half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt should do. For my curry today, I'm going to be using free-range de-skinned chicken. I like the drumstick and thigh piece. I've also cut up 2 medium potatoes and I've got it soaking in water so that it doesn't change color. I've diced up 1 tomato for gravy, 1 medium-sized onion thinly sliced, some rinsed coriander to garnish on top. I've got some grated ginger, 3 grated cloves of garlic, 1 large bay leaf, some star anise seed and a bit of fennel seeds, some curry leaf, and fresh thyme that's also been rinsed. In terms of my masala, I've got 2 heaped tablespoons of wet masala, 1 heaped tablespoon of Kashmiri masala, 1 teaspoon jeera powder, 1 teaspoon garam masala, a 1/4 teaspoon cardamom or elaichi powder, a 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon powder, and 1 teaspoon turmeric powder. For my masala mix, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it with a bit of boiling water to make a paste, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon of plain yogurt, but I'll show you that later on in the recipe. Let's start with braising my onions, and after I rinse my chicken, I'm going to add that to the pan. To my heated pan, I'm going to add a tablespoon of pure butter ghee and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Next, I'm going to add my onions. As well as my fresh ginger and garlic and whole spices. And I'm going to allow this to slowly simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes until my onions are brown. For my curry paste, I'm going to add all of my dry spices into a bowl. Okay, so I'm going to just give my spices a mix like this. Next, I'm going to add my boiling water. about 3/4 of the bowl full. And then I'm going to just mix the spices with the water. It's quite watery, and that's not a problem. That's the texture and consistency that I want, because I'm going to be adding some plain yogurt to this. Okay. So I'm going to be adding double cream plain yogurt. This is the Woolworths brand. Let me just give it a mix like so. Actually, let me use an egg beater. So I'm going to give this a mix with my egg beater. This will just ensure smooth and even mixture and consistency. Let's have a look at the onions. This has been sauteing on low. I think it needs about 2 more minutes to brown up. Okay, let's check these onions. Okay, perfect. I'm now going to add my chicken. So I've rinsed my chicken and they're ready to go into the pan. I'm going to close the lid and let this simmer for 2 minutes before I add my salt. Okay, so I'm ready to add my salt. I'll let this fry until all the water comes out of the chicken before I add my wet spice mix. Okay, so it looks like the water has dried up nicely and the chicken is now frying. So I'm going to add my curry paste. So I'm going to give it a little mix so whatever has settled at the bottom can rise up. That's my little girl. She's discovered her voice, so she makes all these cute little sounds. Okay, and I'm going to just pour it over the chicken like so. Okay, I'll let this braise for about 10 to 15 minutes before I add my potatoes. My rice has cooked through, it's fluffy and soft. Exactly the texture that I want. So I'm going to strain it. My chicken has been braising for 20 minutes and now I'm going to add my potatoes. I'll let this cook for 20 minutes or until my potatoes are soft. My potatoes are almost soft and now I'm going to be adding my tomato, and this is going to make my gravy nice and thick.
Look at this. Look at this. Nice one.
To complement my curry, I've made a simple salad of sliced onions, diced cherry tomatoes, some cucumber, and some washed and chopped lettuce. I'm going to season this with a bit of apple cider vinegar, We use the raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. You can get this at Dischem, Clicks, or any other health shop. So about a tablespoon and a half of apple cider vinegar, a bit of pink Himalayan salt, and some dry thyme. And there you have it, a simple salad for yummy chicken curry. Okay, let's have a look at this curry and see if my potatoes are soft. Oh, it's looking great. Let me just get a fork or knife. Okay, my potatoes are cooked. Perfect. So I'm just going to add a bit of chopped coriander, also known as dhania, from the top. Like so. There you have my mouth-watering chicken curry with bursting potatoes, brown basmati rice, and a simple lettuce, cucumber, tomato, and onion salad. It looks so good. Can't wait to taste it. So I'm about to have dinner, but I thought I'd just mention to you that I added the yogurt because I like the flavor that it gives the curry. It also takes away a bit of the couchiness. It does change the color of the curry. It's obviously not as red as it usually would be, but the flavor is just the same. So it's still a very potent, hot, flavorful, and fragrant curry. And I can't wait to tuck in.